Hello guys, welcome back to the channel if you're one of our lovely subscribers, and welcome if you're new. If you are new, please just drop us a like, a comment, subscribe, and do the same if you're already subscribed. Drop us a like and a comment because it actually does really help us. This is Coffee, our long wheelbase Volkswagen Crafter, and today I've got the nice job of installing I'm currently sat on, our new driver's seat that will be replacing the twin seat. So basically, I'll show you properly in a second, but basically we've bought another driver's seat. I've converted the seat belt on it already down here to the correct side, ready to use as a captain's seat basically, because, you know, I was looking at going down the captain's seat route, and for a brand new, just for a general captain's seat to replace our twin seat in a Volkswagen Crafter 2017 onwards, should I say. To get one of those, you're looking at well over £1,000, like 1,000 to 1,200 quid. Whereas doing it this way, I managed to pick up the seat, which I will show you now. I managed to pick up our seat in good condition for £225, and I managed to sell our twin seat for 225 quid. So it worked out perfectly. And I've also since, for £75, picked up a swivel base for a driver's seat of a 2017 Crafter, which was an absolute bargain. And I've also bought the actual seat base, which is this part. I've had to buy another one of those for the driver's side for the Crafter seat, which I'll show you in a second. And luckily my dad today has done us a massive favour, and he's grinded off the welded handbrake cover and resprayed it for us. It's worth saying now whilst we're here as well, I've already taken out our twin seat that was there because, as I said, it is sold. But that was honestly the simplest series of 6 bolts. You've got a front left, back right, front right, and then a centre one. And then underneath the fuse box cover, I lied. There's only 5 bolts. Oh no, there are 6. It's just this bottom corner here. So the back 2 are bolted upwards, so you've already got your bolt in there, and you just need to, the nut just comes off and goes straight back on over the base of the seat. And then when you come around and look at the front 2, these basically are just the drop down bolts with a washer. So I've kept them somewhere safe for now. I'm going to give this a quick scrub before I fit the seat. And I managed to pick up on eBay, which I'll drop the link for £20 I managed to pick up some inserts that will basically cover where the seat has just come out from, the double seat, and honestly it will look way better in my opinion. What we will need to do is just get a new mat, because at first we weren't sure whether we were going to keep the twin seat, so we just got a mat to make it look neater. But you can buy a mat with a run through, so I'll either extend this one and get a new centre console piece, which I'm not sure if you can even do, but I know for a fact you can get mats with a run through. Just giving it a quick scrub to get the surface dirt off, and areas like this I will be giving it a good old scrub in a minute once we're done, but just for now I'm going to give it a quick tidy up in the areas I'm not going to be able to get to once the base is on. So this is something I'm really happy with. As I said, could have grinded this off myself, but I would definitely not have done anywhere near as good of a job as my dad, because he's done fabricating his whole life. So I'm really happy with how this has turned out. So this is our driver's side base. It lines up exactly to the holes in the passenger side, which is really good to know if you're looking to buy a base, because I'm pretty sure these are actually cheaper to pick up than the passenger ones. And like I said, this cost me £150. And just with a quick spray, as he's done today, and after grinding off the handbrake cover where it would have been, it honestly looks brand new. So I'm absolutely buzzing. So I've dropped it down over the back bolts to line up where the front right is going to need to be. And as you can see, or as you will be able to see, these are all squares, obviously, so that the feet of the base can sit into them. So what I'm going to try and replicate is a square at the front here, roughly where the base of the foot is going to go to. So I'm going to get a pencil or a pen, mark out the centre of it, and around the edges. I'll use my Stanley for now. That's where the centre's going to be, sort of here. And then what I'm going to do, I know from around that circle that's where the bolt's going to be. It is underneath also, which I'll show you. But yeah, I'm going to cut this out now, and then I'm going to have myself a drop down point for the bolt. The back bolts are lined up, as is where the front would be, and because I'm happy with where they are, I'm going to just roughly pencil around where I'm going to need to make this cut out for the foot. Do the same at the front. And the back, I know, goes right up to like this. Trouble is, you don't want it too big, obviously, because you'll see it. I'm going to come right back to where the plastic starts to come up, because it's going to be inside the seat anyway. So all of this, what I can do away with, is absolutely fine. There you go. Job's a good one. And that will expose what I need to take out. Which is this beauty. A little grommet in there. After a good 30 seconds of trying to pull it out with one of these, I realised it's actually, I was just being stupid. It just wanted a Phillips on it, and it just basically came straight out. It's just a cap, so I'm going to take one of the outside ones and replace it with, I'm going to use one of these drop downs for here. So if I take him out, these are 17mm by the way, or at least I thought they were. Yep, they are. Take one out, and then what I'll do with them is use him for this guy, the front right of the seat base. And for now, because that's going to be covered over anyway, I can just stick it straight back down with this little plastic cover that they've put that wasn't actually in use. It's perfect because they actually make these ready for you to fit these seats. Whilst I've got you here, I'll show you a little something I told you about earlier that cost me £20, and honestly I think it's a really good little investment. They're probably just 3D printed, so if you have one you can probably do it yourself, but for 20 quid I think it's an absolute no-brainer. Supposedly they just drop in. Might want to play around with the mat, but there you go. And it sits pretty flush. First time. For what it is and what it's worth, I think that's 100% worth getting. Let's get that one in if I can. Took a few seconds of absolutely wrestling the floor liner, but once it's down, it's down. You just got to like sort of manipulate it around the edge of the plastic trim that I've bought. Like I say, there's going to be a mat over this, so got to do what you can for now, but like I say, looks way, way, way better than how it did. Right, now I've had a fight with that. On to the main event, thank God. Should be enough space to fit this rude boy, if at all possible. And that's looking quite nice to me. Let's get those on. Locate the outside bolts. What I'm going to do is obviously, before putting the back bolts on, just so it's got a bit of wiggle room, get these front drop down bolts in. And once these are in, put the back ones on. So this is the driver's swivel base that I got, and I managed to pick it up for 75 quid, which I thought was an absolute bargain. It's obviously the right size for a crafter. The only difference is, because I bought a driver's one, it's obviously cheaper than buying a passenger one, but with that said, it obviously swivels from right to left, so anti-clockwise. It was cheaper, but we saved ourselves good at 75 quid, because they're like 150 quid odd. the difference is obviously the tab's on the inside, but it's gonna swivel the opposite way. It's not gonna be a problem because we just get a quick test run and the seat doesn't touch the pillar. So the base is on, it's just a series of 4 bolts, and that's simple to do. Had to take the swivel base off because I forgot to put the fuse cover on, and also I did have to grind the right edge back because obviously it fits underneath the double seat. So now the right edge was grinded back and the fuse cover's back on, we can actually finally fit, and this will be a quick job from here on out. So guys, that brings this video to an end. I hope you liked it. If you weren't too sure on what you were doing, then hopefully it's give you a better insight. It might be a bit of a do's and don'ts because you know, forgot to put the fuse cover back on, so don't forget that. But yeah, honestly, that was the most simple process. I honestly think hour max that takes, and to be completely honest, it works perfectly swiveling the opposite way with the driver's base. So if you can, like us, get one for half the price, then I don't see why you wouldn't do it. To be honest, it's a complete no-brainer. You don't need to swivel the opposite way around. But like I say, this video will work exactly the same with a passenger seat, like actual passenger captain seat for a Crafter 2017 onwards. The driver's one, driver's base, passenger base, it will all be exactly the same. It's universal. And hopefully this video is just basically helps you install yours. So yeah, hope you liked it. As always, like, comment and subscribe if possible. It really helps us. And yeah, we'll see you next time.